Mike Bohn here at American Top Team with Renato Moicano, man. How are you doing?
What's up? Very good. How about you, brother?
I'm great. It's been a big weekend. We just had UFC 314, big night for the lightweight division too. Just how are you doing? Did you go to the fights? Did you enjoy?
Yeah, very nice. The fights were great. Miami, always good to have a card over here. The crowd is amazing. Was a very good night.
Yeah. What did you think of Paddy Pimblett? You guys have had, your history, your back and forth. Were you surprised by that performance at all?
I was not surprised. Like, I have a YouTube channel, if you follow. I say, I think Paddy Pimblett is going to win because Michael Chandler's only chance is the right hand, If he not connected, it's going to be very hard for him. But at the same time, I remember like a couple months ago, I have the other Show Me the Money podcast, and I said, maybe Paddy Pimblett usually fight like that, and Chandler fight like that, so maybe Chandler can get him. But overall, that was my thought process was if Chandler don't connect on the first round, it's going to be very hard for him because if you remember, Charles Oliveira did wrestle Chandler, and Charles is not a wrestler, and he took down Chandler like every single round, and I was surprised that Chandler tried to wrestle too on the first round, was trying takedowns, was trying to control Paddy Pimblett, but he's getting a little bit older, so it's going to be hard for him to keep at the same pace,
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be tough for Chandler to beat anyone in the top 15 now, or do you still see some good matchups for him?
No, to be honest. It's very tough, Some people think I dislike Chandler. I don't dislike Chandler. I respect him. I just don't think he's that good, He's powerful. He can knock anybody out on the lightweight division. But right now, for him, it's going to be very hard to get a W. He's 2-4 on UFC, 3 straight losses, and his best win was over Dan Hooker and Tony Ferguson. So I don't know. I don't see him getting back.
What about on the other side with Paddy? I don't know if you heard at the press conference, he had some words about you as well after the fight. Do you still see this one as like something that could happen soon here? Or do you think, it might take a little longer for the fight to happen now?
No, I don't think I'm fighting Paddy Pimblett anytime soon, I think the thing is, people think I hate Paddy Pimblett. I don't hate Paddy Pimblett. He has a lot of hype. People know him, so I wanted to fight him. But right now, the fight is not a possibility. UFC is behind Paddy Pimblett. We know that. Why? Because Dana White just said on the press conference that you're saying that a win over Chandler would put him in the title contention. I don't agree with that at all, I don't agree with that at all. But who am I to blame? Who am I to talk about UFC? UFC knows what they're doing, and if they supporting Paddy, it's for a reason. So next opponent of Paddy Pimblett will be Charles or Gaethje for sure.
Yeah, most likely. As far as you, we know it happened back in January. What were your biggest lessons from that? It was such a crazy situation. You stepped up, you did what you had to do in that moment. The fight didn't work out, but what did you learn from that whole experience?
I don't know. I don't think I learned anything. Yeah, I don't think I learned anything. I got a lot of money. I'm happy, and I look to fight really soon to get more money. I think that's my whole thing right now. I want to fight as much as possible. I have a baby coming up. My wife is due to end of May. So after that, June, July, I will be good to fight anyone on the division. I don't even care about rankings, so just give me an easy fight.
I think I saw Beneil Dariush do an interview today where he was talking about maybe a UFC being interested in a fight with you. Have you heard anything about that? Would that interest you?
No, but that's an easy fight, so I think it's good. If it's an easy fight, if I can go over there and get the double check. Another thing is, all the time I say, Moicano cannot afford to lose. But the last time I got a lot of money and was a flat purse, so I didn't care about that. Next time I'm going to win. I cannot afford to lose because I get back to the double check. So next one, be careful, my brother. I'm fucking somebody up.
So it was to take that fight, was it like a one-off deal, or did it change your contract going forward, even though it's still win and show?
No, that was one deal, but I'm on my last fight on the contract, so probably now we renegotiating. I still have to wait on the UFC, but to be honest, I don't even care. I'm making good money even outside UFC with sponsors and doing podcasts and doing all that stuff. I'm getting good money, so if they offer me a fight, good. What's up, brother? If they don't, that's okay too, my brother. I'm in a good place right now.
Who do you think is going to fight for the lightweight title next?
I hope Elias Topuria, brother. I hope Elias Topuria, because motherfucker is good. We just saw what Volkanovski did last Saturday, you know. A contender, a really tough guy to deal. Diego Lopes, a lot of pressure, good jiu-jitsu, a ton of heart, and Volkanovski look as good as always, you know, and motherfucking Elias Topuria just knocked him out. So I want to see Topuria fighting for the belt.
Yeah. Do you think when you look at Islam and you've been in there with him now, do you think at welterweight he could be the champion there?
I think so. I think so. Especially because we have to wait and see. You know, he doesn't want to fight Belal Muhammad. But this is a fucking sport. Go over there and beat Belal Muhammad. You know, I like Belal Muhammad. A lot of people don't like Belal Muhammad. I don't know why. Maybe it's his political views. Maybe it's this Palestinian thing. I don't know enough about that to give opinions on that. But as far as a fighter, I think he's the best 170 in a long fucking time, brother. People like GSP. People love GSP. Guess what? This guy is Arabic GSP, my brother. He's very good. He's good everywhere. You didn't ask me, but I think he will fucking mop Jack Della Maddalena. Yeah, I think he will beat everybody on this division. But I want to see Islam fighting him too. That would be a good fight.
Yeah, so many good fights to be made. Your perfect world, when would you fight again? And I assume not in the Apex.
I don't know. I don't want to fight Apex. That's true too. I think that's a disservice of the MMA community, my brother, because we have UFC is making so much money. They could go to every place in America and make a ton of money and make the fights more interesting, you know. I don't know if you were here, but the fight week on Miami was very good. Yeah, we had a lot of guest fighters and the whole atmosphere of the show. I just think we could go to more venues all around the country and we'll be better than Apex. But again, I'm not a fucking genius, you know. I'm not a fucking executive in UFC. UFC knows what they're doing. In a perfect world, I'm not fighting in Apex. But guess what? If they send me a contract, I will fight in Apex. But in a perfect world, I think International Fight Week, I don't know the opponent. Could be Beneil Dariush, because there is anybody on the top 15 that makes sense and that is available, you know. So I think it will be Beneil Dariush.
For sure. Well, we'll see what happens here, Renato. I appreciate the time as always, and thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, my brother. See you guys. Thank you so much.